So if the energy in your body, in your mind, is ever feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit stagnant, maybe it's time to soften the edges, okay? As if you imagine like an onion with its big hard shell. Nothing can penetrate, and it's all kind of crunchy and crisp and worn and tired from protecting for too long. And sometimes we're the same. We have this outer shell, this outer armor that's crunchy and it's hard and it's starting to wear. So sometimes we need to peel back the layers to allow what's beneath, the softness and the vibrancy of who we truly are, can bubble up to the surface. So this short practice, yin inspired, is going to help to open up some of those pockets of places where the tension lives deep down inside. My name is Carrie from the Frog Project, and I'm delighted to guide you through this short practice. My advice would be to grab a couple of blankets, maybe one just beneath you to keep you nice and warm. And if you have them, a couple of yoga blocks, even an eye pillow for an extra added TLC if you have one. If you don't worry. If you don't have blocks, find yourself a nice cushion. You can fold it in half to make it a little bit firmer. So we're going to start with a nice reclining position with a block or a cushion, bridge pose. So come down onto your back. Bring the feet to the floor, knees are up to the sky. Make sure you're nice and comfy, and you can take a moment just to knock the knees there from side to side. And then press into the feet, lift the hips up and place the block or the cushion folded in half so there's a bit of height and a slight bit of density to it beneath your sitting bones there. The lower part of your back, nice and supported. So you start to feel the elevation for your hips, a gentle opening of your tummy, and the arms just come out to the side, palms facing up. You can rock the head a little side to side, and then you find a nice, easy, centered place. Relax the feet and the knees. And start to take a few deep breaths into your tummy. So as you breathe in, you feel your tummy inflate. And as you breathe out, you feel a sense of relaxation, of letting go. Close the eyes. And we'll go and hold here for another 5 breaths. Allowing feelings, sensations to bubble up to the surface. If the mind feels distracted, let's bring it back to the very next breath in. And the very next breath out. And from here, heel toe the feet towards each other. When the insides of the feet touch, then we're going to slowly open the knees out to the sides, letting gravity do all of the work now. Maybe a gentle shift of the hips from side to side as you start to give permission for the body, the hips, the belly to open up. As we move a little bit deeper. Now, if you want to move a little bit deeper in the upper part of the body as well, then cactus your arms out to the side, palms facing up. If the back of the head is starting to feel a little tender from the compression of the skull on the floor, then a little movement there side to side, or you can always grab a blanket and just pop it beneath the head for some extra cushioning. Close the eye. Breathe into the belly. The inhale fills you up, expands, makes space. And the exhale guides you in, softening everything here. Perhaps feeling this sense of release, of letting go, of room. One more breath here. And then slowly, we're going to extend the legs one by one with the feet pointing out to the side. So almost like a Shavasana legs, but with this nice rising of the hips. This is called pontoon pose. And you'll start to feel a slightly stronger stretch there inside the hips, across the lower abdomen, across the pelvis. And breathe. If you want to go a little deeper on the arms now, you reach them back behind you, bend the elbows, taking hold of one of the wrists or opposite elbow. And keep breathing into the belly. Each inhale inviting a little bit more space. Each exhale letting go. Good. One more breath here. And releasing the arms down to the side. Bending the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Press into the feet, lift the hips, taking your time. Slowly removing your block or your cushion, and then bring the lower back down to the floor. Let the knees rest against each other, feet come a little bit out to the side. Take a few moments to digest, to process all of the sensations you feel. If the lower back feels a little fragile, you can even draw the knees in towards the body, bringing a little bit more pressure to the lower spine, encouraging it to take support of the floor. Well, now we're going to move up the body towards the middle, the ribs here. So slowly bring the feet back to the floor. We're going to take the cushion or the block again, this time long ways on, and it's going to go down the center of the spine. So you might need to lift yourself up to bring it into position. And depending on how open the back feels, you might want to bring your second block or second cushion to support the head. And you can always remove it if you don't want it there. So then lower your back down onto the ground, bringing your support underneath your head as well. And you're going to immediately start to feel this stretch across the chest, across the ribs. Now you've got a few different options with the legs. You can take any of the legs that we just practiced. So feet can be to the floor, big toes, bottoms of the feet together for nice butterfly knees. If that's too strong, maybe just crossing the legs, or you can enjoy nice pontoon legs as well. For me, I prefer butterfly or legs crossed in this position. Arms out to the side, palms facing up. Close the eyes. And feel the breath now. Filling up the ribs, expanding the rib cage. Maybe becoming aware of the muscles between the ribs, those intercostal muscles. Expanding as you breathe in. And softening as you breathe out. So often we feel we have to push the body if there's tension or if we need to make space. We have to go for a fast jog or something cardiovascular or moving fast yoga. But other times we just need to rest, to breathe, and maybe giving certain parts of the body, for example here, the hips or the ribs, a little nudge. Putting them in the spotlight. So stay as you are, or if you feel like you might be able to go a little deeper for the last few breaths, remove the prop beneath the head. This, of course, will put a little bit of extra strain in the back of the neck, the compression there. A little bit more of an opening across the throat and the chest. Close the eyes and feel all the sensations. Two more breaths to go. And slowly opening your eyes, bringing the bottoms of the feet to the floor, the knees to the sky. At the same time, pressing down into the elbows to lift your body up. Remove the prop. And once again, coming back down to the floor. Feet wide, knees together. Just feeling there, the back of the body in contact with the floor once again. Noticing a shift. And if you feel like it might be nice, draw the knees in. Maybe give them a squeeze. And then a final posture here. Moving up. We've done the lower portion, the middle portion, and now we're going to do the upper portion of the body. So bringing the feet back to the floor, bring yourself back to sitting. Then you want your cushion or your block long ways, this ways across the mat. And it's going to go between the shoulder blades. Again, you might want to have another one behind you to catch the head, and depending on your neck. And then lower yourself down. Might take a couple of goes to position it correctly. Again, the head pillow position correctly. And this one is going to open up the chest. Now, again, you can have the feet in butterfly, you can have the feet in bridge. Well, keep the hips on the floor, but you can have the knees bent, or you can have the feet in pontoon. I'm going to take pontoon for this last posture. So arms out to the side, palms facing up, maybe a little wider if that feels good. Adjust as you feel you need. And allow the breath now to come up towards the chest. Close the eyes. Maybe becoming aware of the heart. Mindful of the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts that are popping up now. And perhaps noticing how different targeting the hips, to targeting the belly, to targeting the chest feels. So stay here, or if you want to go a little deeper for the last few breaths, release the head support. Back of the head comes down to the ground. You're in more of a fish supported pose now. Back of the skull resting on the floor, chest open, shoulders open. Maybe slight adjustment with the arms, but you'll know what feels right. Take in 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, bringing the feet back to the floor. Forearms back to the floor as you lift yourself up. Make space and release all the way down to the ground. You should feel okay to just bring the legs down straight away now. Perhaps wrapping yourself up with your blanket. If you have your eye pillow, bringing it in. And you can take a few long breaths here. In your Shavasana, feeling the whole body recalibrate. Processing all that you've experienced. And settling in. And you can stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you like. When it is time for you to come back, slowly bringing a little movement to the fingers, to the toes. As you roll yourself over, you push yourself up. And you notice how you feel. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a big breath in. And then a long breath out. Crown of the head. Forehead reaching towards the hands. When you're ready, sitting up, opening your eyes. And thank you for joining me for this practice. I'll see you soon.